2012, Joel Embiid was mocked and humiliated by his high school teammates due to his awkward playing style. Unlike other NBA greats like Mike, Kobe, and LeBron, who all started playing early in their youth, Embiid hadn't even picked up a basketball until he was 15 years old. Fast forward a few years later, Embiid is known for his personality and size on and off the court. The question is, how did an ordinary immigrant from Cameroon become the best center in the NBA? Just like your typical rags to riches story, Joel wasn't raised with a silver spoon in his mouth. Born on March 16, 1994, Embiid grew up in an average family. His father, Thomas, a military officer, and his mother, Christine, a stay-at-home mom who ensured his academic excellence. Growing up, the young boy had an undying interest in volleyball and soccer and became a standout in both sports. Young Joel continued to develop his skills as a volleyball player with dreams of going pro in Europe. However, everything changed when he turned 15. His parents were proactive, only allowing him outside for school and sports. Joel's father ensured that he never lacked anything, always having food, clothes, and a good school system. He was never in trouble and was always in a supportive environment. His first experience with organized basketball came when he attended a camp run by a former NBA player and fellow Cameroonian, Mr. Luke Mbah Amute. It was a transformative experience for Embiid, but did you know, it almost didn't happen. While being nervous to attend, a young boy skipped the first day to stay at home and play video games with his younger brother. He had never been coached, never been on a team, and barely knew the rules, and he was probably just scared. But to his rescue, his volleyball coach, who saw Embiid's budding interest in basketball, registered him for the camp anyway, and made him attend. And when he did, Embiid's presence was undeniable. Standing at 6'10", with remarkable skills and moves, he ended up dropping a performance that got everyone at the edge of their seat. Despite Joel's struggles with the basketball, it didn't take long for Mr. Mbah Amute to notice the 16-year-old kid's potential. His footwork developed from soccer, along with his aggressive approach in volleyball, made him a standout at the camp. By the final day, Mbah Amute tapped Joel on the shoulder, recognizing him as a top 5 performer and inviting him to the Basketball Without Borders camp. BWB was launched in 2001 with the aim of promoting the sport of basketball globally, identifying and developing young talent, and promoting proactive social change in local communities. Amute decided to help Joel move to the US to maximize his potential. Though still inexperienced, Joel, having held his own at the camp, now started to seriously pursue a future in basketball. His father, initially wanting him to pursue a volleyball career in Europe, eventually caved and later gave his blessing for Joel to pursue a basketball career. This opened up an opportunity for Joel to attend Mount Vernon Academy in Florida, the same school Mbah Amute himself attended. At 16, Joel enrolled at the Academy in Florida, a prestigious school where future players would attend like D'Angelo Russell, Cade Cunningham, RJ Barrett, and Ben Simmons. Over the next few months, Joel would drastically improve both in his basketball skills and his English skills, thanks to a few Cameroonian teammates. However, practices were intense, with he and his teammate Dakari Johnson nearly fighting and elbowing each other every day over position until coaches and teammates intervened. Coach Boyle noted that while Joel was a happy, outgoing kid off the court, he didn't back down from any more noise. Despite his improvements, Joel spent most of the season on the junior varsity squad, but he kept getting better. His coach made him watch film on Hakeem Olajuwon's post moves, and Joel would work to mimic them. He eventually transferred from Mount Vernon to the Rock School in Gainesville, Florida, where all his hard work would begin to flourish. As a senior at the Rock, Joel led his team to a state championship, averaging 13 points, 9.7 rebounds, and 1.9 blocks per game. Joel became a 5-star recruit and the top-ranked center in the country, receiving an offer from the University of Kansas, which he chose to sign, where he would team up with the future #1 pick, Andrew Wiggins. However, Joel's initial experience at the University of Kansas was similar to his time in Mount Vernon. During his first practice, his teammate Tariq Black dunked on him so hard, Joel considered quitting. His confidence shattered and struggles mounting, Joel very much considered packing it up and heading back to Cameroon. Embiid went to his head coach's office and he told him he couldn't do it, asking to be redshirted. Coach Self immediately reassured Joel, telling him he was destined to be the #1 pick in the NBA draft. In just 2 years, Embiid realized that in order to truly enhance his game, he had to improve his offensive moves. His coach's confidence, combined with his dedication to improve, became evident over time. Only playing 23 minutes per game, he averaged 11 points, 8 rebounds, and 3 blocks. Unfortunately, his solid season was cut short due to a stress fracture in his back. This caused him to miss the Big 12 tournament and March Madness. Despite that, he was still named the Big 12 Defensive Player of the Year and projected to be a top pick in the upcoming NBA draft. A week before the draft, Embiid underwent surgery to repair a broken bone in his foot, which would sideline him for 4 to 6 months. This injury likely cost him the #1 spot, but he was still selected 3rd overall pick by the Philadelphia 76ers in the 2014 NBA draft.
3rd pick in this NBA draft, the Philadelphia 76ers select Joel Embiid, the big fella out of Kansas. A risky pick, but I agree with it. This team is getting a special big man if he can stay healthy. He has an array of moves down low. A lot of people, they are reminded of Hakeem Olajuwon when they think of this.
While Embiid was still nursing his out-of-season injuries, he received the biggest shock of his life. In October 2014, his younger brother Arthur lost his life in an accident in Cameroon. The loss deeply affected Embiid, who at the time just 20, struggled with the emotional trauma of loss and rehab. Embiid's recovery was further set back with another missed season and an additional foot surgery. He was preparing for the greatest comeback in NBA history. So in 2016, Joel returned to the court, averaging 20 points, 8 rebounds, and 3 blocks. However, in just 30 games, he tore his meniscus and missed the rest of the season. Despite a limited number of games, a minutes restriction, Joel still overcame the odds and was named All-NBA Rookie First Team. Joel Embiid has risen to become one of the most dominant forces in the league. Despite his early setbacks, he's proved that he's a centerpiece for the 76ers. His impact has been immediate, showcasing a rare combination of size, skill, and agility for a 7-footer. Since the 2022-23 season, Embiid has maintained impressive averages of 32 points, 11 rebounds, and 5 assists. This past season, he put up a career-high performance of 71 points, 18 rebounds, and 5 assists in a victory against the San Antonio Spurs. Today, Embiid is a 7-time NBA All-Star, 5-time member of an All-NBA team, 3-time member of an All-Defensive team, and just recently, he was given the crown of MVP of the league in 2023. Joel's story is nothing short of overcoming odds, death, and being disadvantaged at an early age. His future is brighter than what we could expect, especially for someone whose first time picking up a basketball was at 15 years old. So you let us know, do you agree? Joel Embiid will be a Hall of Famer. Let us know in the comments below. And if you haven't dropped a like yet, please do. And make sure you subscribe to our channel. Peace.